Hello, good afternoon to everyone. Today we are here with Italo Vignoli, a co-founder of the Document Foundation, the home of LibreOffice, and a board member of the OSI. Italo Vignoli will present today LibreOffice 10th anniversary, the many faces of a global FOSS community. So if you have any question during the presentation, you can ask directly on Telegram. Just on the bottom of your screen, you have the Telegram, or you can ask on our networks on LinkedIn, on Twitter, if you have any question, and I will ask directly to Italo those question at the end of the presentations. So thank you very much to everyone to be here this afternoon, and thank you very much, Italo, to be here with us today.
Hello, it's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure, of course, to be able to present to the openexpo people. Next year, I promise we will meet in person in Madrid and have some fun together. No one likes the current situation, but unfortunately, no one has decided it. I will. This year, as you see from this slide, it's a double anniversary for LibreOffice because it's 10 years that we have announced our project. It was announced on September 28, 2010. But 10 years before, Sun announced the donation of the OpenOffice code to the actually the StarOffice code to the community. So it's 20 years of the Office Suite and 10 years of LibreOffice. Student released the first version of StarWriter
Italo,
in 1980.
just something to say that there is some noise on when you are talking. I don't know if there is something happening right now with your microphone.
No, I don't have anything.
Right now it's perfect, but
it was the phone that was too close.
Okay, perfect.
But this way I cannot see the phone screen, so I will see it moving. I cannot read the questions, but I will.
I will read it for you. Don't worry. I will read the questions for you.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry for that. Let's go on. Sorry.
Okay, so the history started 25 years ago. And this was the code of OpenOffice in the year 2000. So basically, it was the code of StarOffice 5.2. And after 5 years, OpenOffice was a fat program, if we can say. That was the code. What happened is that Sun was adding features, but was not cleaning the code. So the community started complaining. In 2006, Sun made a presentation saying, oh, we will listen to the community, but basically what happened is that they didn't listen to the community and they continued to do the same until 2009. In 2009, Oracle acquired Sun, and it was immediately clear that the days of OpenOffice were counted. Because there was no interest in Oracle in keeping the project. So the community that had already started talking about having a different project, an independent foundation, just started to speed up the process. So in early 2010, we started meeting virtually. Phone conferences, and we said we have to change the situation. We have to change also the culture. The culture at the moment is the culture of a company taking care of everything, so a kind of umbrella culture. We have to bring it to a mixing bowl or where a kind of place where all the community is deciding which should be the future of the community and the product. So we spent many days working at the characteristic of the new project, And actually, we met only once during the Open Office conference in Budapest. I call it the first supper because we, in one night, these are the founders of the project. You see developers, you see people working in different areas of the project, design, localization, and so on. And this actually for history was the restaurants where we met. And the guy on the top left is the guy that organized the dinner. He was a SUSE employee in Budapest at that time. And the day after, no one else at the Open Office community knew anything at the time. What happened? It happened that they decided to give to Paris, and actually you see Charles Schulz with a candle that represents the conference. They decided to give the 2011 conference to Paris, and in fact the first LibreOffice conference was in Paris. And a few days after, actually not even 4 weeks after that day, it was September 28, 2010, and we forked. We announced the fork. We announced it, and this is the first sentence of the announcement that we did. Is the community of volunteers developing and promoting OpenOffice.org set up an independent foundation to drive the further growth of the project. The brand LibreOffice has been chosen for the software going forward. What was happening was that OpenOffice was slowly being abandoned by Oracle. They tried to present a proprietary product. They tried to do several things, but the reality is that they didn't manage. So we took control, the community took control of the project and relaunched the innovation. We will see what it means to relaunch the innovation in a few slides. You see a first proof of what happened looking at the diversity of commits during the 10 months before and the 10 months after the fork. So on the left, the pie on the left is the 10 months before the fork. You see that 66% of the commits were from the OpenOffice group at Sun, and another 16% was from Sun. So over 65, I would say 80% of the commits were from a single company. So the contribution of the community were very limited. And on the right side, you see the same pie on the 10 months after, where the 80% were reduced to 25 to 30%, and the rest was from different companies in the community. And that shows that the impact of the fork was positive. We increased the diversity. We increased the self-sustainability of the project. Of course, a project with over 80% from a single company cannot self-sustain in the long range, while a project where not a single company has more than 25% of commits is more robust and solid in comparison versus the external events. And these are the commits during the first 6 months. Announcement September 28, and release was late January 2011. Of course, in Christmas, the developers stopped working, but you can see how dynamic was the development. And the green part of it are new contributors that showed up after the announcement. So people that before the announcement would not contribute to LibreOffice started doing it just after September 28. And it was an amazing number, as you will see from a slide. FOSDEM, we announced LibreOffice 3.3. These are the SWOG that we were handing out at FOSDEM, and we announced also our program at the time, a time-based 6-monthly release. We decided to synchronize with Linux distribution because, of course, that was the heritage or the choice of most of the developers. But we also decided to have a 6-month release train to give to contributors the possibility of seeing then their patches going live in a short time. Before, there were patches that waited almost 3 years to reach the end user, while in the case of LibreOffice, this time is never higher than 6 months. And of course, we wanted to free users, to give freedom to users. That was, we call it a Windows 10 house at the time. That's not joke, it's a house that exists really, and we wanted people to decide which software to use and give them freedom. This actually was our first tagline. It's anonymous in the sense that he's someone that showed up on the wiki and left this tagline with a pseudonym, so we don't know who is the author of that, but it's we used for our first hoodies, for our first t-shirts. And we wanted to stress the copyleft license, so we decided immediately that copyleft was one of our pillars, because on the other side, there were companies that wanted a permissive license, not just to be able to take the software and make a proprietary product, but also because they wanted to have a stronger arm. They wanted to be able to twist the arm of the community. And in fact, what happened as we announced our investment on copyleft, Oracle announced that they would give the OpenOffice code to Apache Foundation. Actually, they decided it with IBM exactly because the company wanted to didn't want to have a strong community driving the project, and everyone knows how Apache OpenOffice is going versus LibreOffice. This is a kind of visual testimonial of the evolution. OpenOffice is now an old product without developers, without a major announcement now for 6 years. And we announced also the Document Foundation. The Document Foundation, we wanted to have an independent foundation because we wanted to create an ecosystem around the LibreOffice. So this is the first homepage of the Document Foundation website. It took us 2 years to incorporate the foundation in Germany. This is Michael Schienagel, our lawyer, the day the authorities in Germany approved the foundation. It was February 17, 2012. And the foundation is based on 5 founding principles. The first one is the copyleft license, as I said before. The second one is that we don't have a contributor agreement because we want people to own what they have contributed. And on the other side, we want to make it difficult for other people to get hold of the LibreOffice code. If you have a single owner of all the code, it becomes easy to do something that the community doesn't want. While if someone wants to change, for instance, to change license of LibreOffice, they have to address over 2,000 people that have contributed to the software and have their approval, which I don't think it will ever happen. And the project is based on meritocracy. The community has the governance in their hands. We have a board of directors which is elected by community members, and we are vendor independent. There is not a single company that can control the board of directors. Actually, a maximum of 2 members of the board of directors can be affiliated with the same company or organization. At the moment, these are the bodies of the foundation. We have a board of directors with 7 members and 3 deputies, which is in charge for 2 years. An advisory board of 15 entities. There are different companies here, from Google to Free Software Foundation Europe, Free Software Foundation, KDE, GNOME, we have Collabora, CIB, we have other commercial companies providing support and investment on LibreOffice. We have a membership committee who is deciding about the members, so they can accept the member and renew the members. And they have we have a board of trustees, which are the members. To be a member, you have to be active in the community for 6 months, and you have to show your commitment to be active for another 6 months. Donations do not qualify for membership, although we have many members that also donate their time and money to the community. And now let's go to the development side. So the developers community, the developers have always been the main asset of LibreOffice. If we didn't have developers, of course, we wouldn't have the product and the project. And the developers have invented the EasyAct concept. The EasyAct concept was meant to have simple tasks that were potentially accessible to junior developers and people that had little or no knowledge of the code. So this way, in addition to a huge mentoring effort, this is Michael Mix with a younger developer, allowed us to have a growing number of code committers. These are the first 2 years. As you can see, we started with around 20 developers that were the old group of hackers from OpenOffice. And in 1 month, the first month we added 80, and then we have been able to add at least 3 new developers per month since then. And we are now 10 years after, and this is an incredible achievement. And developers were able to do something important to the code of LibreOffice. So they simplified the build system. And when Kurt Vogel issued the second version of his book about developing open source, wrote, LibreOffice is now ridiculously easy to build. So that was about the build system, but we also worked at increasing the number of unit tests to improve the quality. And we are continuously growing the number of assert and tests that we are adding to the suite. We are also adding and doing crash tests on a regular basis. This gives you a perspective of what has happened during the different version, and this is the current version you see is up to the end of February. These are the crash tests with the latest version, and it's monitored on almost on a daily basis. And all this is coordinated by a young developer. Is now a young developer. It was a university student 10 years ago, and he started just after September 28. And he proved so smart, Marcus Morard, that he is coordinating this crash analysis for the entire project, and he moved from student to professor at his own university, also thanks to his experience at the LibreOffice project. And we have created automated testing. These are tests that are performed again on a daily basis for developers to spot issues exactly or more or less at the same time they develop into the code base. We have also translated German comments. As I said before, the Star Office was a German product, so the bulk of the developers were based in Germany, and when they started the project, they didn't think about making a global product. So for the first 15 years, probably, even if the product was available in English and in German, they were not focusing on making it really multi-language. So they were commenting the software in German. Now, and this was, of course, a barrier for developers that were not speaking or at least understanding German. Now, German comments have been translated to English, so the source code is more transparent to people not speaking German and using English for development, which are the majority of developers worldwide. This gives you an idea of the bulk of developers. We have 40 core, which are either paid or unpaid. They're volunteer. They do the main work of developing features, packaging, and approving patches. We have another regular 90 volunteers on a regular basis. They are working at easy access patches and features. And then we have a group of around 200 volunteers that are cleaning the code and doing the basic activities. So in total, we have between 280 and 350 volunteers. It's of course the number are fluctuating based on the situation and also the level of the master. When we are close to releasing a new version, the number of developers is increasing. And after the launch, which the main launch is happening January, end of January, end of July, then it's decreasing. And this gives you an idea of the current situation of commits by organization during the last 2 years. As you can see, we have a number of organizations which are contributing in a significant way. And we have then a few of others that are maybe just committing once, but in some cases a single commit, especially if it's related to security, may be extremely important. And these are the Git commits per week, gives you more or less a visual representation over time. We have an Ask LibreOffice website where people can ask questions, and this shows you the question and the number of answers. This is Bugzilla situation. These are the bugs that are filed and triaged to be solved. And we have also a wiki, and we had an increase of activity over the last year because the wiki is now multilingual, so we can have pages translating into different languages, and which make a better source for native language communities. We have a large and very large number of version in the native language. And then we have this shows you the community activity. So the core people, the light purple one, are people contributing, making maybe 75% of all the activities. Then you have the dark purple, are regular people. It's another 15-20% of activities. And then you have the casual, which is the blue. And these are people that are, the number of higher, the activities are smaller, but it's always important because this shows that we have a constant flow of people entering the community and providing new activities. This gives you more or less the percentages. So we have 69 core that do 79% of the activities, and then 690 that do 5%. What we have achieved, we have reduced the size of the software. We have renewed the code. We have removed the lines of that code, deprecated libraries, and so on. This, of course, are related to the traditional LibreOffice, which is the desktop version. Although we now have mobile and cloud version, but the desktop is still extremely popular. In 2017, Ubuntu ran a survey where they asked to their user which office suite they wanted as a default choice. And as you can see, LibreOffice was the clear winner. At the time, they thought that users wanted to have a cloud solution, but it looks like many users are still looking for a desktop version of the software. Of course, we look also very much at quality. This is our scan score. At the moment is not zero outstanding issues as it was on October 1, 2018. But we are, as you can see here, we are still close to zero defect. And in fact, if we look at the Coverity Scan issues, LibreOffice is absolutely better than the average of proprietary software, which is worse than the average of free open source software, but we are really on a class of our own. And then we use other fuzzing software. Google OS Fuzz is one, and we use several of them. And of course, fuzzing is helping us in finding new bugs that would be difficult to spot even for the Bugzilla specialist. the QI specialist, and for users. This is an overview of what has happened in with fuzzing and the different tools that we have been used over time. And we have the different development cycles. As I said, the LibreOffice 6, which is the current version, is available on every platform. And then a few words about the community. Our community really cover the world. Dark green is where we have members, and light green is where we have people contributing to LibreOffice. They may not be members, but they are contributing to the community in any case. We have 145 active languages, and 119 are shipping. We have almost 5,000 people translating and localizing LibreOffice in different languages. And this was our conference in Paris, the first one in 2011, Berlin 2012, Milan in 2013, Bern in 2014, Aarhus in Denmark in 2015, Brno in Czech Republic 2016, Rome again in Italy in 2017, Tirana in Albania 2018, and Almeria in 2019. This year we are supposed to have the event in Nuremberg in Germany in mid-October, but at the moment we don't know if we will be able to have a physical event or a virtual one. In Almeria, we even had a bus for LibreOffice conference. This is the FOSDEM booth. We always are at FOSDEM, also with a dev room. This is a community meeting in Tirana. This is a LibreOffice meeting in Japan, a LibreOffice Hackfest in Taiwan, a LibreOffice training always in Taiwan. What you see, the teacher is Eric San, is probably our best teacher, LibreOffice teacher worldwide. Is really a fantastic teacher. I've seen him teaching in English, and he says that is 10 times more effective in Chinese. So he's perfect in English. I could not even imagine how good he is in Chinese. This is a Hackfest in Turkey, booth at Scale in the US, a booth at OSCON always in the US, a Plugfest, ODF Plugfest in Rome. Here we have people from many companies, including Microsoft, working at improving the ODF file format. LibreOffice conference in Indonesia in 2018, a localization sprint in Nepal, the Libre Italia conference in 2019. Libre Italia is the Italian Association of LibreOffice users. LibreOffice conference in Latin America in 2019. LibreOffice conference in Asia in 2019. And these are the stickers that we give to our contributors for the month of LibreOffice. Month of LibreOffice will be in May. So if you like one of these stickers and if you do something for LibreOffice during the month of May, you may get one of these. And if you do something special, you may get a mug, a LibreOffice mug. Of course, we work a lot on standards and interoperability. This is interoperability without standards. It's print the document and send me the document. While we have the open document format, which is the real standard for interoperability. But unfortunately, for different reasons, including a very strong lobby from proprietary software company, the majority of users is still using a pseudo standard, which is the docx, XLSX, and PPTX format. So they think they use interoperable standard. The reality is that they don't use interoperable standard, and that's a pity, because we are all the people. Still thinking that Office documents have issues, while if they would use the proper format, Office documents do not have issues. We provide, the foundation provides two versions of LibreOffice. We call it Fresh and Still. We don't use Stable because they're both stable, but Fresh is newer. Today we announced 6.4.3, and the Still is more tested by users, and the Still is also available in a LTS version, so a long-term supported version. So the difference is this one, and these two companies are providing a long-term supported version. Of course, to get a long-term supported version, you have to pay a small amount for the license, but on the other hand, you get support, and this is what we suggest for production environment. And this is LibreOffice Online. You can use LibreOffice Online in a browser. This is Writer, this is Calc, and this is Impress. The advantages of using LibreOffice Online over other online Office suite is that the engine is the same, so the features are the same. So LibreOffice and LibreOffice Online offer exactly the same features, which is not the case, for instance, for Microsoft Office and Microsoft and Office 365. And also the format is absolutely the same and is consistent. Our objective is, of course, to grow the ecosystem, to educate enterprises about getting professional support for LibreOffice. There are still many companies that install the free version and then complain because they don't get free support. But getting free support is impossible. Free support is provided by volunteers, and volunteers have their own life. They may not be available when you need them. So we strongly suggest to get professional support if you use LibreOffice in a production environment. We have a certification program to allow community members to add value and make money with LibreOffice by providing migration and training support. And we help migration from Microsoft Office to LibreOffice exactly based on professional support. So we help people in getting, increasing their skills to provide this kind of support for people. Of course, we need volunteers, and like any project, we need volunteers. So if you think you can help LibreOffice, we invite you to show up on one of our mailing lists or to send an email, and we will welcome you in one of our different projects. You don't have to be a developer. You can be a localizer. You can help with quality assurance. You can help with design. You can help with marketing. There are many areas where you can help the project without having technical skill. For instance, I'm not a developer. I am handling and working at presenting and marketing LibreOffice around the world. I have a degree in humanities, so theoretically I should not be contributing to an open source project according to what people think, but I think that my contribution have helped the project to grow over the last 10 years, and before they helped OpenOffice to grow over the previous 8 years. In terms of numbers, we estimate around 200 million users because we have 100% of desktop Linux users and 10% each of desktop Windows users and macOS users. What we can say is that we have seen since the lockdown has started, especially in Europe, we have seen an increase of downloads and donations to LibreOffice, probably because many people were not considering to have an Office suite at home before, and now that they realize that they need something, many of them are downloading and installing LibreOffice. This is a trend of donations. As you can see, we have a number of donations on a regular basis. These do not help development. These help the project to stay alive. We pay the infrastructure. We pay a small team of people that contribute, that coordinate the activities and make sure that the overall engine stays alive and works out. So we have people involved in quality assurance, design, marketing, documentation, infrastructure, of course, which is a big part, release management, and localization. This is what donation are paying, and in some cases we also invest some donation money to solve specific issues or to develop a specific feature that would be too complex for volunteer developers. And I think that everyone knows what Gandhi was saying, and I think that if we look at our last 10 years, we have won our battle, although the battle is never finished, and it's renewed on a daily, almost on a daily basis. But I can ensure you that being in the community is a lot of fun. You grow in terms of competencies. You grow in terms of you learn from other communities and from other cultures, and it's a rewarding experience. And of course, thank you to LibreOffice and to LibreOffice developers for helping everyone. And that was my last slide. And you find my email addresses. If you have any question after the webinar, I will be happy to answer them. And now I think it's time for questions.
Thank you very much, Italo, for your presentation. Very interesting. So right now you can ask questions directly through Telegram on our group openexpo Europe, and you can ask through social networks, and we will ask directly to Italo. First of all, I want to make my first question, and it's how are you tracking all these data that you are showing us today of your community, of all the work they are doing, all this information, how you are bringing this information to us right now today?
So we have different tools. We have a dashboard. Has been it's using actually technology from Bitergia, which is a Spanish company. So we have a dashboard that is picking numbers from all the different tools. So we use Gerrit, we use Git, we use Web8 for localization, we use MediaWiki for the wiki, we use Ask. So the engine, the engine behind the Bitergia dashboard is just digging into the different tools and giving us the numbers. And what we are doing on top of that, we are trying to, we use LibreOffice to present the numbers in a better way or in a more readable way for users. And for where we don't have this tool, we use third-party tools. So, as I said, we use Coverity Scan. We use other tools for downloads. So we have a Matomo instance for tracking visitors to the websites and blogs. Of course, so for as we comply with GDPR, we don't store any user data. We just hash all the data which are readable, and we just collect the data in terms of groups. And what we add on top is always we try to put together the data and make them easily readable for people that's not into technology or not into statistics. So it's a combination of different tools and of different skills of different people that provide this kind of overview on the project.
Really, lots of data from lots of different way. It's a project just only to get out of these data and to bring these data to us today. So it's really a project inside LibreOffice, no?
It's actually, it's not really a project. This is marketing done properly.
Yes,
it's I think that every open source project should try to give data to users and to people in a way that it's easy to understand. Too often, open source projects are driven by people that has a technology point of view and thinks that everyone is able to go into repository and dig the numbers, but this is not the case for normal. I call them normal users. I'm actually all people are normal, but people without the skills of a developer.
Okay, a question from Nicolas. Sourcing of developers or contributors? I think the question is how are you sourcing all the developers and contributors to LibreOffice? Where are you getting them?
Let's say that 10 years ago when we started, the situation was different from today. So, of course, the desktop Office suite was a lot more popular. It's not that it's not popular today because everyone is using it, but it's more a commodity. So many developers do not see contributing to LibreOffice as a challenge. So what we are doing is we try, if you look at our blog, and we will increase the number of activities in this direction. For instance, every Monday, there is an interview to one of the contributors. And the idea is of course, on one side, to give visibility to individual contributors, but on the other side is to motivate other people to start contributing. So we don't talk only about developers, but we talk about the different contributors. Developers are a big chunk of that. And we don't have actually a single source for developers. Universities are a big source. We are into Google Summer. We are regularly a Google Summer of Code organization. So many students have started developing with Google Summer of Code, but that would not represent everyone. We have people that are contributing because they are working in a government organization, and their government is moving to LibreOffice. So they are, in several cases, they are hired by the government to help improving LibreOffice on specific bugs that are related to either a format or a language or a deployment. We don't have a, of course, the Linux environment is a big source of skills and developers. If we look at our developers, I would say that the percentage of developers using Linux is a lot higher than any other desktop software. But we don't have a specific source. We were supposed to start a new program targeted to university that we call internally Ambassador Program. But of course, with the lockdown, we have to postpone this. There will be a program for universities where we will engage a student in a university for helping us into getting more into the university by organizing events, organizing maybe a Hackfest or a localization sprint with other students. But this, which was supposed to start in 2020, will start in 2021. And it will be similar in structure to Google Summer of Code in terms of we will give a small stipend to the student. We will reimburse the professor if it's really engaged. We will give some money to have this. And of course, we are also increasing the number of development-related events. So Hackfest the number of Hackfest will increase, and we will have Hackfest not only in Europe and Asia, that are those that we were able to organize so far, but we will try to organize them in the Americas and in the other continents as well.
Okay, you are welcome here in Spain too. If you are want to do something, we can manage to work together to make something here.
Actually, our QA engineer is based in Spain, is based in Valencia. His name is Cisco Fauli, and he is fluent in Castilian. He's also fluent in Catalan because he's from the Catalan community in Valencia. But we have the Spanish-speaking community is growing. Definitely is one of the community that is growing faster at the moment.
Okay, Cisco, if you are listening us today, hello, and you're welcome. So just remember, if you have any question, you can do it right now on Telegram. So we'll go with a question from David Mathal. First, thanks for all of your work. there is any communication with countries or the European Union in order to implement LibreOffice as a default suite, like public money, code campaign?
No, sorry, I stopped sharing my screen, but I think it doesn't represent an issue now.
No, it's okay. Perfect. Don't worry about that. Perfect. You can share your camera if you want for this.
If people want to see me, it's not a big vision, I can say, but let me.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, we're watching you
You
right
see
now.
me, okay.
Do you want me to repeat the question?
No, it's about the European community.
Yeah,
Actually,
and yes.
we take part in all the discussion that there are in the European community as a foundation, and the problem is similar to the EU maintains a very neutral position, which I don't like, of course, on software. So they say if a software is if a format is an ISO standard, then we have to keep that format. We have to recognize that format, which is something that I really hate, because we all know that there is only one real ISO standard. It goes more into each country policies. So we have countries where there is a well-defined policy to open source. I can say that there is in France, there is one in UK, although UK has exited the EU, but it's still a part of it, at least for this year. There is in some in the Netherlands, Portugal has a law, Italy has a law. How much these laws are respected, it's in some cases a big question mark. But I think that the EU, personally think that the EU should take a stronger position on deploying open source, also because it would represent a significant saving of money on one side and a significant boost for the European IT industry on the other one, because we all know how the situation is with proprietary software. Proprietary software companies are most of them are not based in Europe, so the money at the end doesn't end up in Europe, but ends up in somewhere else. While open source is based on usually on smaller companies, and the know-how and the money stay in Europe. But I think it's a battle that we have to keep on fighting even in the future. We have to be careful. We should, every one of us, as a responsible European citizen, should help in pushing his own government to have a policy and to share the policy in at European level. It's a challenge, of course, because we don't have the same amount of money. And unfortunately, when we talk about politics, money that should not be a component of the discussion is unfortunately a big component of every discussion. So you see what happened in Munich. The city of Munich is switching back actually to Windows, not for technical reason, but for reasons that have nothing to do with technology, but a lot to do with lobbying. If you think that in Brussels, there are 5 registered lobby professionals for each member of the parliament, you understand what we are talking about. And if you think that the industry that spends more in lobbying is not the chemical industry with the pollution issues, but is the technology industry that is not polluting, at least is not polluting a lot. So it gives you an idea of what is happening and how much the industry is investing to keep open source under control. It's not that they don't want open source, but they want open source to be driven by large corporation and not by the community, which I don't accept as a community member.
Okay, and the last question, it's about LibreOffice Online and Nextcloud. So is there any integration of LibreOffice, or the solution is based on LibreOffice and in Nextcloud?
Okay, so there are different integration in Nextcloud. There is an integration with LibreOffice. Unfortunately, Nextcloud has decided to invest on the wrong format. So they are promoting Microsoft Office formats, which is something that I would not expect from a company promoting open source to promote proprietary format. Yes, they are easier to promote, but the problem is that they are keeping behind not only the information technology industry, but they are keeping behind all the European citizens, because if you choose the wrong format, you are hostage of the company that is producing the format. So it looks like they have started investing more on OnlyOffice, which is a terribly bad reverse engineering clone of Microsoft Office, and not on LibreOffice, which is a European product, is really open source and not open core, and is investing not only in this, but also in pushing forward the ODF format. But of course, we are not behind the Nextcloud strategies. There is someone else that owns Nextcloud strategies, and I strongly hope that they make up their mind and start being really open source in that side as well. At the moment, unfortunately, they are doing a big favor to proprietary companies and to Microsoft.
Okay, it was the last question. Just say that Alvaro saying in the group, excellent presentation, Italo, congrats. I use LibreOffice for years since the OpenOffice times, and it keeps improving and improving. Thank you and LibreOffice people for such great products. Linux desktop couldn't exist without LibreOffice. Okay.
Thank you for every users.
Thank you, yes. And Kakarot say that also impressed to see some contributors from Africa, especially from Ghana. So that's it.
Actually, we would like these contributors to stand up and say, we are here. We have real issues in finding contributors in Africa. They're too shy. They have to start shouting.
Okay, so an announcement for Africa, and well, some things are moving there. So I think people will start to say hello there in Africa and contribute more and more in LibreOffice and more open source project that free software project that are open right now. So thank you very much, Italo, for your time and for your knowledge and to be here today with us.
Yeah, last thing, I will send you the PDF of the presentation so you can share it somewhere on your website as well.
Okay, it will be in the comment of the video directly on YouTube, integrated on our website. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.